Like
Pimp.
that. Are you pimping?
I'm a pimp, brother.
Oh, you pimping?
Yeah.
You pimping in Tokyo. So they're 18 plus, right?
Listen to me. It's nobody will know.
Usually, the police won't do anything. And in my opinion, this is one of the biggest flaws of the Japanese justice system. I recently received a comment on one of my videos talking about how Japanese people hate black people. Of course, Japan doesn't hate black people as a whole. That's absurd. We specifically don't like these African people in Kabukicho who run scams by taking their money, drugging them, and even pimp women. They also have illegal underground brothels. Japanese people absolutely despise these people and warn foreigners to be careful of them when visiting nightlife districts like Kabukicho. These people are notorious for scamming and ruining lives. So hopefully this video sheds some light on the evil schemes that happen in Japan's dark alleyways.
We're in Kabukicho, Tokyo's main hotspot. It looks like the Japan you see in the movies, with glowing signs and people in colorful outfits. And it's hard to believe that the tourists walking here are already being targeted. Guys, like this stand at almost every intersection. A lot of them are just regular bar employees,
What are you doing tonight?
just hanging out.
Stop by my bar. Have a drink.
Maybe later.
Just a drink. This is my bar. Come in for a drink.
But not all of them.
I don't want you to film me.
Okay, I won't film you.
I'm a very angry man.
You're very angry.
I'm very angry, yes.
Okay, don't be angry. Once they find out I'm filming, many of them just walk away. I'm fine.
Good. What are you doing tonight?
I'm just going around and filming.
Okay, bye.
In places like Kabukicho, you'll find a lot of these African people. They stand in their own spawn area and it seems like they have their own domain. But they're not allowed to expand or enter other African people's domain. What these people are doing is called kyakubiki. It means luring customers, and it has always been disincentivized. But now it's borderline illegal with a solid amount of police and security action taking place. Now you'll see kyakubiki almost anywhere, even Japanese staff doing this. But one main difference that Japanese people do compared to the African scammers is that they usually wear their staff uniform or apron to show which restaurant or pub they work at, and they work as promoting the place they work at. I'm not saying this is a good thing even for Japanese people doing this. It's still bad and falls under a gray zone in terms of the law. Usually, the main target of kyakubiki is tourists or drunk people who are trying to get to the next bar. And while not all kyakubiki establishments are scheming scams, there is a negative sentiment about them because they often overcharge or have some hidden fees that they don't talk about. They come in the form of service, seat, otoshi. Let me quickly talk about these three so you can distinguish Japanese customer luring and African scams. Because from a first glance, they seem very similar, but in reality, they are very different. What most Japanese kyakubiki establishments do are completely legal, while what the African scammers do are scams that can get violent. Sabisuryo, or a service fee, is a fee or percentage of your bill that the establishment takes, and this is incredibly common across Japan, and of course, it's legal. For example, all taxi companies charge an extra 20% during the times of 10 p.m. to 5 a.m. Restaurants such as TGI Fridays charge 10% extra to your bill if you dine after 5 p.m. It's shady, and they're not as explicit as they should be about it, in my opinion. These are just examples of the legal service fees that a lot of establishments do in Japan. Service fees are not standardized, so you might be able to see the issue and how much extra some kyakubiki places can potentially take from you. Will it be 10% like TGI Fridays, 20% like taxis, or maybe even more? Who knows? Similarly, they may charge a sekiryo or a seating fee. This is another hidden fee that they don't always disclose, kind of like an entrance fee to their establishment. The legal reason why they have this is because there may be a customer who enters a bar and orders one drink and stays for hours. Now, this customer is taking up a spot that a different potential customer could have sat at and ordered 8 drinks. So to ensure they still make a decent profit, some places might charge a seating fee, which is, again, completely legal. Finally, otoshi is similar to a seating fee, and some people might like to call them an appetizer fee. Imagine the unlimited breadsticks at Olive Garden, but they give it out to you without saying anything the moment you sit down at the restaurant. You might think they're free, but actually they're automatically included in the bill. This can also happen at bars, for example, where they give you free nuts or some ham with cheese. They give out some free food at the beginning and charge you a set fee for it, so they can ensure they still make money even if you order very little. Now, these are legal and very different from what these African people are doing in Kabukicho, where they are outright scamming customers, drugging them them or enticing them to underground prostitution, which is all very illegal. So what these Africans are doing is no longer just kyakubiki, but Japanese people take it a step further and call it bottakuri, which means scamming. And in English, we call these people the African touts of Kabukicho. If you want to learn about more realities of Japan from me, make sure to subscribe and like this video. Did you do it? Did you really press the button? As a reward for pressing the button, let me tell you a little secret. Public filming in Japan is completely illegal, but there's a group of people who will especially hate it. Especially in Kabukicho, these kinds of people are those who work in the nightlife or red light industries like concept cafes, konkafe, hostess clubs, kyabakura, host clubs, hostokurabu, or brothels, fuzoku, where a lot of these workers don't want to show their face online because they usually use highly edited pictures to look pretty and promote themselves online. That's why try not to film people's faces when you're traveling. Instead, film the buildings or scenery because there's a good amount of people who will be very upset being filmed in public. And overall, it's not good manners to film people without asking for their permission. Anyways, let's get back to the video.
One of the supposedly ordinary bar guy comes up to me.
It's just a regular bar. Just a regular bar.
Regular as in no girls, just drinks?
Yeah.
Beer?
Yeah, beer.
Is it expensive?
No. You pay 2,000 yen. You get 2 drinks.
2,002 drinks?
Beer, cocktails, whatever you want.
Okay.
Let's go inside.
And that's where the fun begins. We go down into the basement, lower and lower. There's no one inside. When we get to the door to the bar, the guy looks in and greets the crowd.
Hey, how's the party going? We got a new guy. Give me 2,000.
2,000?
Yeah, 2 grand.
I'm paying here before.
Yeah. It's cool here.
Can I at least have a look?
It's a normal system.
Can I see it?
You're here for a drink, right? It's a bar, I'm telling you. Cool music, nothing to worry about.
Still, the guy's clearly worried. Guys, remember at this point, your proper response is to leave before it's too late. But I'm going in all the way to the end to show you what happens next.
Sir, don't worry. This is a normal system. You pay at the door, no problem.
They kind of explained this in the video. Paying before entry is very rare in Japan, and I've never seen it in bars or restaurants. The only place where I've seen it before is clubs in the form of an entrance fee. It's quite understandable why some foreigners might not look twice at these kind of systems, especially if they say it's an entrance or cover fee. I hope no African scammers are watching this because I can tell you, it's very easy to scam Americans, especially if you say it's just a cover fee. If you tell people it's about 13 bucks to enter and you get 2 free drinks, so many drunk Americans will definitely fall for it. Shoot, I may have given $1 million idea to these touts.
It's the first time I've ever paid before entering a bar.
That's how it works in Japan.
Yeah?
Yes. There aren't too many people here now, but don't worry.
Nobody here.
It's not just not too many people in the bar, there's nobody. And that, folks, is your second signal to run. The guy explains that it's about to get crowded and that the bar is super popular. In the meantime, I get a VIP seat. I'm given a menu which doesn't have a single price on it. When I order a beer, the menu is taken away. Look, I'm all alone in this bar. There's nobody here. That should be a huge red flag to you guys. If you go into a bar and it's absolutely empty, there is going to be trouble. Here's a report about the arrest of the bar owner and 3 employees for slipping some substances into the customers and then robbing them. And there are many cases like that. But this is the most harmless. Those who do not want to part with their money can get beaten up. And if they do not have cash, they can be taken to an ATM by force. Here is how one of the tourists describes his experience. He writes that he ordered a gin and tonic and is sure that it was spiked. Then, when he was taken to an ATM and forced to withdraw money, but the bank wouldn't let him withdraw it. Then the guy was forced to PayPal 200,000 yen. That's about $1,500.
Now you probably see how these bottakuri scams are being run by these African touts. They charge you a fee at the beginning and then upsell. Their establishment is never on the ground floor. It's usually on basements, sometimes upper floors, and as a bonus, there's 2 guys by the exit, so that you can never escape. And it gets worse.
So when they bring me a beer in a glass, I ask to switch for a bottle. The same bartender who was at the door comes over to me. Why isn't anyone here?
We just opened. It's very early.
Sure, early. It's nighttime, so I order a bottle of water and I'm about to leave. But then the woman hands me the bill, which surprised me, since 2 drinks were paid for. But since I changed the water, it became a 3rd drink. And I have to pay for it. 3,000 yen. More than $20. Guys, this was the most expensive bottle of water I've bought in my whole life. The most expensive one.
So he paid for 2 drinks at the beginning. First received an already poured beer, but then he asked for a beer directly from the bottle, and then got some water. They charged him extra for the water. So just like this, it doesn't seem very honest. And the reason why he asked for a bottled beer instead of poured beer is because the poured one may have had substances to drug him. This is super common in these kinds of places where the bartender drugs your drink. So you become unconscious, or at the very least, not in the right mindset. It's super common for these places to then charge you an absurd price afterwards. Maybe while you're unconscious, they show an emptied out expensive bottle of champagne and claim you ordered that and add it to your tab. Maybe they say you broke their DJ set or their chandelier and say you have to pay for it when you don't remember any of these things happening.
Here, a man once ordered ice, and each cube cost him 8,000 yen. No wonder the bar charged him 92,000 yen for 2 cocktails. That's over $650. Here's another bill. Just the ice cubes, not including the drink, they asked for 95,000, almost $700. When you refuse to pay, they just block your exit. You saw the place was in the basement, so there's no way out of there. And they just take everything you have. They can take your plastic cards and just go to cash them. Or they could just use them right there in the bar. The point of the bar is this. You get into the bar, and then you are given a ridiculous bill. And there may be such things as an ice cube for 10,000 yen. These are real stories of people who became victims of the scam. Or cleaning the table, wiping the table. 100,000 yen. I'm not joking. These are all the sums. You start to get indignant and then they say, look, it's written in small font at the bottom of your menu. And obviously, since it's all in Japanese characters, you can't read that.
Usually the police won't do anything. And in my opinion, this is one of the biggest flaws of the Japanese justice system. They have touting laws, but they're regulated under anti-nuisance ordinance rather than the standard criminal code law. Because of that, there are very low penalties, and it's a really weird legal gray zone for the police. Because if an African tout asks someone if they're looking for a bar, it's not necessarily a crime. So because the customer is usually willingly walking to the bar and willingly consuming drinks, police treat this as civil contract dispute and not a crime. And for criminal charges to be pressed, the police have to prove that these venues or touts have used physical coercion, spiked drinks or drugs, or have false upfront pricing in order to make the crime stick. Imagine you're a foreign tourist in Japan and all these different things happen to you and you want to report it to the police. It's very unlikely that you won't be able to fully convey yourself in Japanese about all the things that happened. Even if you're able to file a complaint to the police and get an individual tout fired or deported, it rarely ever shuts down the business. From the business standpoint, they could just replace the worker with a new one. Sometimes you'll be considered quite courageous even to make a police report, because these African touts can threaten you and even get violent.
But in terms of people being attacked for seemingly no reason, it often tends to be these African tout kyakuhiki guys, maybe because the tourists don't follow them into their bars, they refuse their scams, they get scammed out of money and then they fight back and they get beat up, which is really sad, and it's been an issue for many years now. Basically, the guy was really angry that he happened to get in my shot and he didn't want to be on camera.
He was barely in your shot too. He was creeping and crawling. He almost wanted it.
It's been on Japanese news outlets, it's been all over social media, it's nuts, so.
Sometimes things can get violent, which is why it's never a good idea to follow these touts. Just walk away and pretend they don't exist. It's common knowledge amongst Japanese locals. If you're being bugged by a tout, ignore them and walk away. I want to show this video from Tyler because he goes even further undercover compared to the previous video.
Like are you pimping?
I'm a pimp, brother.
Oh, you pimping?
Yeah.
You pimping in Tokyo?
I pimp in Tokyo.
They like guys like this.
Has he got big dick or what?
No, not big dick.
Okay. Relax. Calm.
Relax, calm.
Okay, so they're 18 plus, right?
18, 19, 20, 21. inside here.
Love Hotel?
Inside?
Inside, they have a VIP, they have everything.
They have like a private room or something?
Yeah, private.
And it quickly became clear that these touts weren't just promoting drinks. No, they were pimping women, selling a penetrative VIP experience, which is illegal in Japan. I have to. I appreciate you. Thank you so much.
Listen to me. It's nobody will know. I swear to God.
Yeah.
She's lap dance. You will never experience.
Let me have a few moments. Just let me think.
Please come back.
Okay, all right. Give me a moment. Oh man, it was it's amazing. But why did the Japanese authorities allow underground brothels operated by the same African thugs beating people on the streets to exist? That guy's a professional pimp.
He said he goes to the universities, and he actually told me when you were in the bathroom that was doing this in LA previously. He goes around to colleges, campuses, talks to girls.
There were bars all over Kabukicho with an African hustler that seemed to run the show and somehow always had access to alcohol and women. Oh, pole dance.
We were going to go to a club.
Oh, we're gonna go club. And despite the aggressive and sometimes violent techniques of these touts, some of these clubs appeared to be legit bars, seemingly with the sole purpose of getting you drunk enough to upsell you to one of their brothels.
This is an amazing example that Tyler is going to show of how this entire scam is orchestrated in Kabukicho. Just like the bar where the other guy went undercover and filmed inside. A lot of the places that the African touts are taking you to are just regular looking bars that look quite sus because they're underground. Usually at a regular bar, you would just drink, even if they upcharge you extra. But watch what happens when Tyler and his friends leave an African tout bar after paying, and see what the African tout tries to do.
If you go there,
Tell me where, damn.
let me see the time.
I'm just having too much fun. It seemed like all of the African-ran bars here led back to the real moneymaker, the VIP experience. Let's go, I trust you, because you're my friend, I trust you. No, it's the same place, I came here. I already came here. It was prostitution.
No, yes, drink.
I'm back, he let me back.
Welcome back.
We met each other already.
I told you.
God let me back.
Of course.
I have to go though.
You have to come. You don't have to go, you have to come.
I told him I cannot do prostitution though.
You cannot make this shit up. A completely different tout from a completely different establishment brought Tyler to the exact same place where they're doing some illegal prostitution. Now, I know why many of you guys are subscribed to this channel. It's to learn more about Japan. The real Japan. Let's talk a little bit more about prostitution. Prostitution is legal in Japan. It's okay. But it is regulated in a weird way. I'd be happy to make a second video about prostitution, but let's just talk about this one aspect. Japanese brothels that allow sexual penetrative contact will rarely ever let foreigners into their establishment. The reason why is not because they're racist, but because they need customers to follow very specific rules. For example, they need to ensure that they don't get violent and that they use protection. And you need to be able to speak the language for them to communicate all these different rules. And just from doing a quick research, you'll find a whole table of contents that just talks about rules and manners and using one of these brothels. It goes into details like cutting your nails and brushing your teeth properly at the establishment. These kind of rules are very difficult to communicate if the person can't speak Japanese. And if a foreigner breaks some of these rules, it's very difficult for the establishment to press charges. So these are reasons why they usually would never allow a foreigner to use a brothel. So if the brothel is completely okay and doesn't have any problems with somebody who is holding alcohol and is visibly drunk and can't speak Japanese like Tyler in this video, then that is definitely an underground brothel.
And there was more than one club out here offering VIP experiences. Is this a bar? Baru. Baru. What do we get?
4,000 1 hour free drink, unlimited.
You got me?
Yeah.
You promise?
Yeah.
Arigato gozaimasu. For everything. And what is your name?
Tiger.
Rah! Arigato gozaimasu. Well, good to meet you. We got unlimited drinks.
5,000 each.
He said 4,000 though. My friend, you said 4,000 a piece, right?
4,000.
Okay. We're gonna go home. They have wives and kids to talk to. If you didn't buy the VIP experience, a magical 5,000 yen service fee would be thrown onto your bill at the very end. Pull out a dusty menu that they never give to you while you're there drinking and point to the fine print at the bottom as if it were obvious. But I had, of course, already paid 4,000 yen for unlimited drinks for the next hour. Kabukicho was notorious for these service service fee scams they try to finesse you with at the end.
This is EA. Scammer.
You have a cash?
Scammer. EA. Scammer.
No scam.
Scammer.
No scam.
Scammer.
No.
Scammer. EA. They never showed me this stuff. Principally, EA. Onegaishimasu. Arigatou gozaimasu. Arigatou gozaimasu. Arigatou gozaimasu. I'm sorry, I have to stand on my morals. 1500. Arigatou gozaimasu.
Voice
It's a scam.
No, you scam.
You're scamming me. You're scamming. EA.
You drank too much. Are you okay?
He's gaslighting me now. I'm gonna fucking go down. No, they tried out a $5,000 service fee out of nowhere. No, it was a scam. Tiger scammed me. Being scammed right there. They added the 5,000 at the end. I said no. Yeah.
And she started calling someone on the phone in Japanese. She's saying, "Come fast, come fast, come."
So they did the classic additional price scam, and they're trying to justify it because it's written in fine print, which they never showed Tyler. I guarantee that if Tyler took the VIP sexual services, they would have charged an absolutely absurd amount of money.
Tyler desu.
Okay, come, let me show you one.
Okay, let's go. Beautiful women, beautiful alcohol, beautiful times.
Boy, I don't like talking to stupid guys like you.
Oh, I'm a dumbass.
Yeah, you're
Go yourself. Then go yourself, you dumb motherfucker. How about that? And then go back to fucking Africa. How about that? Amai wa nan desu ka?
how far?
Pussy bitch is coffina.
Come.
Come, let's go.
Bishop.
Bishop.
Yeah, I'm the bishop. And how are you?
Bishop Tyler desu.
Thank you.
Name wa nan desu ka? Bishop.
Discount, right?
Tyler. Oh my god, thank you. We've been waiting to meet someone this week.
let's go.
Okay, let's go.
These guys stationed outside the Family Marts knew exactly what I was up to and were trying to blow my cover.
This is the guy. You know this guy? This is the guy always taking photos. Are you sure it's real?
I don't know if it's real.
It's not real. I'm telling you, bro.
Really?
Guys, no, it's just somebody you Facebook on this social media. This is the guy.
All right, sir. Is there any problem?
Unc needs to get a apartment set before I beat his ass myself because I don't like to disrespect and I'm really having a good time.
They were following us.
We're all compromised now.
They were all starting to, congregate in bigger groups on the corners.
I underestimated how much prostitution was out here. So everything's a bar becomes a brothel.
Yeah, it's one
snap of a finger.
After one call, the entire network of these African touts were able to identify Tyler, and now he's completely compromised in their system. They pretend to be an individual bar staff and inviting people to come over for drinks, and maybe even a bit of prostitution, which they will never admit is illegal. But in reality, it is one big African network that is thoroughly connected. It's a whole organization that is running all these scams. So where are all these African people coming from? Besides the obvious fact that they're from Africa. And how are they able to stay here? Well, it's not like they're gonna answer some interviews or surveys. This is just a research I did on my own, so please take it with a grain of salt. Some people think that the Japanese Yakuza is behind their employment, but it might be more likely that it's an internal thing within the Nigerian community in Japan. Most of them come from Nigeria, and many belong from specific ethnic networks, particularly the Igbo and Yoruba groups. A smaller percentage comes from neighboring West African countries, Ghana, Senegal, and Cameroon. Many of these people come in the late 80s and 90s during the Japanese economic bubble era for factory and manual labor jobs. But as the economy shifted, many transitioned into botakuri street-level marketing or bar management in nightlife districts. This explains why so many people we saw in the videos today look much older, like unks. They're not young African people. And because a lot of these people have lived in Japan for many years now, there's a good chance they have a permanent residency, which you can only qualify after living in Japan for at least 10 years. So that's why they can't just get deported. A lot of others seem to have spouse visas because they're married to Japanese people. According to some online sources I read, they're not raising up local Japanese ladies and getting married with them. It seems that they're marrying Japanese people within the red light district in the same industry. And it's more likely these are arranged marriages within the same industry, so they can run the scams. They may be on paper marrying the women they've pimped who have Japanese citizenship, so they can ensure their stay in Japan. To conclude, if you see these Africans being friendly to you on the street and they invite you to the store, ignore them and never follow them. You will be scammed. You might get drugged and might even get STD. If you're a guy thinking, I'd love to engage in some prostitution, yippee, don't, because you lose your money and may even gain some other fun sexual infections you can take home as a souvenir. Remember, these places are super unregulated. You think they would do proper anti-STD measures? I really think that the Japanese justice system needs to step up. There are so many tourists and local people who get scammed by these people. It's so unfortunate that they can only warn people about kyakubiki, but they never fully identify them and say, hey, watch out for these African touts. They're known for scamming you. Maybe they don't want to get cancelled by Karens on Twitter that take things out of context. If you like this video, please consider liking and subscribing. I'm still a very small creator, so every new subscriber is a big milestone for me. Also, please feel free to leave a comment about your thoughts and suggestions on future videos. That's it for now. Bye-bye!